G'day, Nigel here from Sax School. Well, today I'm excited to announce our Sax School Legend for March 2020. Now, the Legend program is really important to myself and the Sax School team here because it's a time for us to celebrate one of our members who's making great progress with their playing, but also I think is a big inspiration for the other Sax School members. So it's something that we're really excited about, and we love to champion these standout members. And our Sax School Legend for March is actually from Connecticut in the States, and it's Gregory Sneed. Congratulations, Gregory.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm honored.
Great to have you in the Sax School members area, actually, as part of our community. And we've been loving, actually, the whole team. We've been chatting about videos that you've been putting up in the Facebook community. Really, really great. I like it because you're doing something a bit different as well.
I'm having fun with this, sir. I'm trying to be different. I'm trying to, be eclectic as far as my music stylings, a little bit of standards, some smooth jazz, some rock and roll, some country, some R&B. So I'm trying to be really eclectic in what I select to play.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, actually. So are you learning tunes that, the tunes that you love, or are you sort of putting together tunes for a purpose of performing them, or what's the process?
So, and again, I know we only have a short amount of time. So the Reader's Digest version of this, 7 years ago, February started my 7th year, this February. I walked into a music school and says, I can't play or read or read music. Can you help me? Oh, sure, Mr. Sneed. I said, well, I've been told I'm a type A personality. So let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do this, and that. And they said, well, you got to be realistic. And I said, I am for me. I know me, and I know how driven I can be. So they said, we require our students to practice 45 minutes every other day. And I'm like, I'm never going to reach my goals if I practice 45 minutes every other day. So from day one, I went home and began practicing 3 to 4 hours a day. I would spend an extra hour and a half studying how to read music. And by the 22nd month, trying to get ahead of this, I started performing publicly. And I've been performing as a solo artist ever since then.
So Gregory, so you'd actually never played any instrument before then?
No, sir. No, sir.
Wow. That's really great. Actually, it's also quite inspirational for other people to hear that, because look, it is difficult. It's more difficult learning when you're an adult, no doubt about it, because there's everything else going on in life. But it goes to show that if you do actually focus and dig in and really put the time in, you can make progress quickly, because you were out playing after, what did you say, 22 months? So, that's amazing. And have you been playing consistently since then? Because that was 7 years in total, you said you've been playing.
Yes. And yes, I've been playing consistently. I play pretty much every weekend. I'm blessed that I can be booked that much, but a lot of it's word of mouth and trying to do the best I can and always trying to put on a good show.
Fantastic. So are you playing with a band? Are you playing with backing tracks?
No, I play with backing tracks 90% of the time. I was blessed on that 22nd month when I started playing out. There's a local jazz legend up here by the name of Don De Palma and the Don De Palma Trio. And Don De Palma, on that first day that I really started playing out, happened to walk into, I was opening up for his band. And
okay.
He walked in about an hour into my set and sat down and listened to me. And he comes up to me and says, hey, kid, you're pretty good. Do you want to play with my band? I'm like, no. And my wife is behind me and she's going, yes, he will.
Yes.
So I began sitting in with the Don De Palma Trio, and I was blessed so much by that because of Don's experience. And because of that, there's a saxophonist by the name of Chris Jensen who plays with the Allman Brothers. And then Bob De Palma, who's another jazz legend up here. And so I got firsthand knowledge with these people watching them. And one of my favorite stories is the first time I'm playing with Chris Jensen, Donnie yelled at me. And he says, because I'm sitting there and I'm watching his fingers and they're moving so fast and the sound is just so beautiful. And Don goes, hey, kid, you going to play that horn? But the lessons that I got out of that year and a half of playing with them, they're like, what person at 22 months gets an opportunity to play with someone like that? And so I took those lessons, and I've been pretty much a solo artist And every once in a while, I get a chance to sit in with people, and I take the opportunity whenever I can.
Awesome. That's brilliant. Yeah, so that's really, really fantastic because I completely agree with you. If I think back on my all my years of playing, and the points where I made a lot of fast progress was always when I was around people who are better than me, and having the opportunity to play with those people. And because it fires you up, or whatever standard that you're at, it fires you up to get to that next level. And,
Yes.
and plus there's lessons to be learned from these people by the way they play, but also by the way they think about music and the way they think about performing, the way they approach music in general. I think all those things rub off on you. So yeah, that's great. Really, really great. And also wonderful to hear that the opportunity came up for you to meet and hang out and play with these people.
Yes.
Because you're actually out playing. You know, you're actually out, you put yourself out there, and then it's then that you get a chance for these opportunities to present themselves. So fantastic. Really happy for you.
Thank you very much.
So when you're playing live, are you playing a real cross section of music, kind of like the stuff that you're sharing in the community?
Exactly. It's truly is eclectic, from Tennessee whiskey to My Funny Valentine. So it's across the board to R&B, some James Brown. It's really truly an eclectic collection of music that I try to put together. And for the most part, to answer an earlier question, it is pretty much songs that I enjoy. If I enjoy the lyrics to a song, I'll play it. If I enjoy the melody of another saxophonist, I'll try and and emulate that as well. So it's just really stuff that I like, and I pretty much consider myself a middle person. I'm a middle of the road person. So if I like it, I figure most other people will like it. So that's how I do it.
Well, brilliant. Anyway, if you like it, that means you're connecting with that music, and it means something to you. So that's fantastic. Awesome. So you've been a Sax School member for, I think, Blues Mastery about 3 years or something, and then in the Sax School program in the last year or so. How has that helped you then, Gregory? What sort of things have you found useful in the Sax School courses as somebody who's already out and playing live?
Well, for me, the school community itself is really huge. It's nice to read and see what other people are doing, and Bruce Lee always said something about you can learn from even the beginner student, and he would like to fight with his beginner students because they brought something different to the table. So even when I look at the new members of the school, they sometimes bring things to the table that I don't have, a technique that I don't have, something that I don't have. So for me, it's interesting to read everything that everybody posts, because often I can get a lesson from someone else. It doesn't matter whether it's John, I think it's John Cohen. He always posts something technically that I can never follow, but it's interesting to read. And then there's some other new members that post, and they have stuff. And I'm always amazed by a lot of your young students that have, and I don't mean young, I just mean new students. Their vibrato is right there, and I'm still working on my vibrato. And I listen to some of these guys; they naturally have it. And so there's always something to learn. And that's what I love about the community itself. The lessons I'm learning, because I jumped right into playing music, and I skipped the basics because I was hard-headed, I'm going back and learning those things now. So having the 5-minute lesson, it's huge for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, really, really great to hear. Yeah, it's a good point that actually there is always extra things to learn. I mean, hey, I have to say, Gregory, I learn stuff by helping our members as well, because everyone approaches things in a different way. They think about it in a different way. And so, yeah, it's great. It's really good to hear you say that you enjoy that interaction with the other members, because I think that's what is valuable for everybody as part of our sort of Sax School community. Yeah, really cool. Well, I hope you keep posting these videos, because I know there's a lot of people in Sax School who are just getting started, maybe haven't yet got to that point that you are at, where you're out playing all the time, and they really aspire to that. They aspire to be able to be out playing regularly, or have the confidence to do it. So yeah, I really hope you keep sharing those videos. As personally, for yourself as a player then, what are the next things that you're working on in your playing?
Really, it's getting better. Going back to the foundations and working on my improv as well. That's something. So when I started playing, because I jumped right into playing music off of backing tracks, I didn't have a lot of improv. Donnie helped me with that. But I'm still, for lack of a better word, I'm ignorant as far as I'm still growing. You posted the other day, happy birthday.
Oh,
And
yeah.
added the little increments on there. And I'm trying to steal those and insert those into some of my runs. So working on my improv, that's the biggest thing that I want to do, be able to just sit in with the band and just be able to improv better than I do now. And I still struggle with it.
Yeah. Well, I think the wonderful thing about learning improvising, Gregory, is it's a never-ending
Yes.
job. You know, there's always new things to learn, but that's cool. And so, what about just before we finish up? Then, what about? Have you got some advice for people who are just using Sax School? Maybe somebody who's just joined and is still exploring the members area. Have you got some advice on the way that they can approach it to sort of fast track their progress and, you know, get to the point that you're at?
What's the old saying? Basics, basics. And when you're done with the basics, go back to basics. So always circle right back to those. That's important. Getting that foundation done. Putting our fears aside and just going out and doing things. I can only imagine what Donnie thought when he first heard me. I had to be horrible. I didn't know how to improv. I had to be horrible, but they let me do it. They let me make my mistakes and they let me grow. So don't be afraid to go out and just play. Just record it, like you said. One of your earlier postings, you said you know the best way to hear yourself is by recording it. And so record it and listen to it, and then go back and read the lessons and watch the videos, because there's so much value in those. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your skirt, but there really is. There's so much information there to help you grow. So my advice is watch the lessons and emulate what we see and what you hear, and then try and copy. I'm still learning. I'm watching some of your people post these videos, and I'm going, they're theatric. They're holy cow. So I'm learning so much from the school. So I think that there's a value for all the students there, no matter what your skill level is. There's a value in just going back and learning and watching everything.
Yeah, cool. Wonderful, Gregory. All right. Well, hey, thanks very much and congratulations. And do keep posting those videos, and also keep us posted with what you're doing with your performing as well. Because I think there was a video that you posted where you were playing a Valentine's gig.
Yes.
Was that
Yes.
right? Yeah, those videos are great because it really, you know, we can really see you doing the thing you're doing when you're out performing. So it's wonderful. All right, awesome. Well, hey, look, thanks very much for having a chat. And for everybody else, make sure you do go into our community and check out the videos. I'll put some links below. I'll try and work out how to do it anyway. Or you can just go over to our community and search for Gregory Sneed, and you'll see the videos that you've been posting in there. All right, congratulations, Gregory.
Thank you, sir.